Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Leschber with 1836 Property Management. This is our Q1 2022 or look back at Q4 investor satisfaction survey results. So quite a mouthful, but some great information here. Overall, we're doing really great. We've got some good numbers posted up. I will say that we had two teams going into Q4 with a lot of properties and a lot of team members. As you may have noticed, we're going into 2022 by taking those down to smaller teams so that we can make some improvements, which we'll dig into. So this would be our last quarterly update that has two different teams. We're going to start with 4 and 5 teams moving forward from there. I will say that the yellow team edged out the blue team on the investor satisfaction from a score of 8.06 to 7.5, both up a little bit from the quarter before, but nevertheless, go yellow team. They seem to edge it out for us. When it comes to our question of the quarter, which we try to ask, would you rather spend $1,000 to update your property and get at least 10 days faster, not spend $1,000, remain vacant for 10 days, but also lose that $1,000 in holding costs, or ask your PM what to do or you're not sure? We had some great, interesting survey results that we'll put up in this pie chart for you. The vast majority, well, I don't say the vast, a little bit over half are going with ask the PM what to do, which is really the way to do this, collaborative. Just let's talk it through. Let's figure out the best solution. The next one is something I love to see, which is spend $1,000, update the property, get at least 10 days faster. Guys, all day long, holding costs are what kills you. And if you're going to spend $1,000 or lose $1,000, spend it to maintain your property. Now you've got a beautiful home, so when you're ready to sell it, it's not falling down. So when tenants are ready to lease it, they're not turning their nose up and going to another property. You've got to keep the properties up. And I'm so happy to see that we're getting aligned with our investors with our ideology. We're all going the same way, rowing the boat the same direction toward the same goals. And that's really great to see. So a few points to discuss of the feedback that we got. We did have some great feedback. Melanie and her team has always been great. You guys are great. Thanks for everything. Not at this time. We had some positive feedback. Y'all do a great job, but we definitely want to address some of the negative as well. Some of the lower hanging fruit was someone didn't like how one of the staff members handled repairs and the transparency. We heard you months ago. We've made some staff changes as well as some shifting of staff around, and maintenance is something that's going to go into the PMs starting 10 days ago for 2022, because it is so imperative that someone that knows your property, knows you, knows the tenants, and really gains that knowledge over a period of years is the one making those decisions. And so we love having a separate maintenance department, and we're going to still have a focus department for larger things. But when it comes to just the little bitty things that eat you alive, we need somebody that you can talk to, you can count on, and knows you and your property. So we're making several adjustments in that. Some of the other things is that rent seems to be too low given the market conditions. I don't disagree with you. When I look at a lot of the properties, the rent could be edged up. But there is a cost benefit and there's a risk to this. Edging the rent up too fast is going to create a vacancy, and I can do the math for you, but it's going to cost you thousands more to push those tenants out and to run that risk versus just edging it up. Now, when there's a tenant turnover, it's always up at market rate. But while your tenants are in place, that is the name of the game. Avoid turnover, avoid make-ready costs, keep those people happy and paying the rent. So keep moving forward that direction. One of the other things was someone asked if we could see monthly or quarterly breakdowns of expenses. Guys, absolutely. And we'll even create another video for you online using an online video service called Loom, so we can walk you through that in the Buildium software. But you always, because we use Buildium, have that at your fingertips worldwide. You can log in as an owner and see the maintenance expenses. You can see the income. You can see all of it. You can even see, when there's a little paperclip, a copy of the invoice, so you know who the provider was. It's always transparent, real-time, worldwide. The last thing, which was the overriding of the few negatives that we did have, was a communication issue. I can't tell you enough that we agree with you. The communication has been difficult at best, and it wasn't because the staff wasn't working until 8 or 9 at night sometimes. It was because the structure we had caused an owner to call in and speak to a rep. That rep spoke to another rep who spoke to the tenant. And it was like playing the telephone game if you ever played it when you were a kid. We thought it would work. It was not as effective and efficient as we wanted, so we've switched. And we're going to have one PM with an assistant who knows a portfolio of properties and can make split-second decisions. If a tenant calls in and says, I need this, and they know the owner, know the property, they can say yes or no, and it's it's expediting that communication so much greater. Same thing with the owner. If you call in, you have a question about the tenant, that PM is going to know your tenant. So you're not going to have to wait. Now, is this going to mean that our people are sitting around at their desk and just waiting for your phone call? Probably not. They have work to do, guys. They've got to take care of all the inbound requests so that your properties are maintained. But as always, 24 hours or 1 business day response time is our goal. And we really ask you guys to just send them an email, leave them a voicemail, and say, hey, I want to set up an appointment with you so that we can connect. Video is the best. Getting to know each other is where we need to be as humans. So when we can use Google Meet, we pay for that as a service. We're happy to connect you guys with that for free. Phone calls are the second best, but hearing someone's their voice, the tonation, that is everything. And we want to get to know you guys. Our customers typically stay with us over 6.5 years on average. The customers that depart 1836 are staying over 3 years. So since this is a long-term relationship, we really do want to connect with you guys. We want to get to know you. We want to get to know your goals and timelines so that we're always rowing that boat in the same direction. At the start of 2022, we look forward to seeing you guys anytime you come to Austin. Please connect with us by video, phone, if nothing else. And we've got some new software we're going to be reaching out to you with soon that's going to be included and coming your way. Have a great day.